Yeah, absolutely.
Just in case I, cool,
Yeah.
thanks.
So what do you do for a living? Like what do you do?
I'm an engineer,
Yeah.
so by trade. But yeah, it's been difficult to like sustain my role and
Yeah.
because of like I used to work out like twice a day,
Yeah.
you know, with like, and I used to follow like pretty much bodybuilding types of stuff, which
Yeah.
was like but then I had some stuff go on in my life, like on the personal side,
Yeah.
that led to a lot of anger, frustration with my family members, my
Mhm.
friends. I went into chronic pain.
Yeah.
That I had a foot injury. It's like
Yeah.
is a normal ankle, like it was bad ankle sprain, but like nothing that should last like for 2 years plus.
I've
You
had a
know,
high ankle sprain and I had to heal that crap, man. Like I know everything you're saying, we're kind of the things you're touching on, just kind of touching on. It's not just surface level, right? There's so much there already that I would have to work with you, with healing, with anger. Like I incorporate so much. Like the thing is, if I'm dealing with someone and I can feel that they have an energy lingering over them, like a entity, or if they have like a family member curse them, or they have some type of evil eye, that shit, we work on all that. And then we also work on your anger. We work on your inner peace. We work like we got to work on everything so everything you want manifests to you that you deserve, and the world sees you as what you deserve. Because right now, you want the world to give you so much, but the world's not giving you so much because you're not, and it's not you. I'm not saying this to you or putting a finger on you, but I hate to say it, but it's we're not being worthy to the world. We're not deserving. We're not mirroring or reciprocating what the world wants to see out of us. You know, you got to be the change that the world wants to see. Don't just be the change that you want to see in the world. Be the change that the world wants to see. Everything cycles, patterns, and karmas. Everything. Every little thing, just like with plants, trees, with our food, with digestion, with the way we think, the way we feel. There's so many things that I'm going to talk to you about in such a different, like, such a level where it's precise and it's very specific and it's very, um, practical, tangible, things you could actually do in your life. And you'll be like, damn, he's not just giving me some meditation that I have to do. He's actually teaching me. So I'm a teacher, right? So I guide people, I teach, I do therapy, I do inner child therapy, past life regression work, I do mirror talk. So we'll be doing like guided meditations together. So those kind of things I do. If you're looking to take on the curriculum, and if I'm willing to take you on as a client, then we could definitely talk about all that kind of stuff and which program would suit your needs and the duration and all that. But before we get into that and pricing and stuff, I want to know like what else are you going through? What else are you like worrying about, struggling about? Like, do you have a family? Are you
yeah. Well, that's
married?
part of the yeah. So I'm 38,
Yeah.
and before COVID, I was like 34. Uh, I had a breakup at 2019,
Oh,
and I had like two back-to-back breakups, but both of
sorry.
them like with potential life partners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
How did you handle that? Just don't skip over. So when you're being specific about a timeline or a story, be specific. Stay there with me and don't let's not brush over it. Talk about it more in depth and detail.
sure, yeah. So that's kind of what caused all this like chronic pain, because like my mom didn't like one of the girls.
Yeah.
She like really said negative stuff about him. Then I got pissed at my mom afterwards.
Yeah.
And then I started developing some sleep issues, chronic pain. Then I had a foot injury after that, and it was just
See
like,
how things kind of just freaking snowball and manifest like that. Yeah. Wow. And she's same culture background. Like what was the dynamic? Like what happened?
it was like, one girl was from Boston.
Yeah.
Um, I don't like talking about it because I just want to erase it.
I know, but I respect you. I hear you, bro. But the thing is, when we do start talking about it, it's so healing. It's so healing to learn how to leverage the pain and suffering, learn how to overcome the trauma by being in the trauma. A lot of people say, you gotta move past it, surf, like brush it under the carpet, leave it in the past, move on. But that manifests into pain, like physical pain and ailments, and it leads to stress and distress and dis-ease. And as you can see your own life, the things that you're suppressing, the things that maybe your family has suppressed, has attracted things that you didn't know would manifest. So when we start working on it, things inside of you is going to feel better, especially when you have the right guidance and the right teacher, right? So right now, I understand through a consultation it's tough, but once we lock in a time and we actually have a schedule and a calendar and we're good to go, then we'll definitely talk more about it. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Um,
The
so
only thing is like, yeah, I'm just trying to get back to physically myself, right? Like
yeah,
health wise, because I think that that will make me feel good about going out and dating again and whatnot. Because that's my ultimate goal.
I can
And
help you uh,
yeah,
with that. Yeah. So your ultimate goal right now, if I were to say, what's your visions? What's your big goal? What do you want to do? Pursues? You're looking to, you know, find a fulfilling relationship,
right, right, right.
right? And what else?
Well, I'm changing a career side of things as well. So, starting a different business.
Okay.
I'm not super fulfilled in my role right now.
Yeah.
That can hopefully lead me into funding another business that I want to do.
Yeah.
Um, like I want to do something in self-driving space,
Oh, nice.
but I need some capital from the
Yeah.
first business in order, because otherwise, uh, going out for VC or whatnot, I feel like I'll be controlled by what they want me to do. But there's like a way to do it, and uh, other. I don't want to be pushed in because I don't think that they made enough progress in the right direction properly. Right, there's different ways to execute on it, so
Okay.
I want that
And
freedom.
you got it. I got your back, man. I'll take care of it all, and you'll start attracting everything you deserve in a better way. So then, when you do start investing and attracting everything you want in the relationship, you're healthy, you're holistic, you're pure, you're better. And then everything that the universe gives you starts to manifest and attract even better a prosperous relationship that's thriving, the business thriving. If you take what you have now and say another test, a cycle, a pattern comes in a business opportunity, you're just going to attract more distress and something's going to happen. And you don't want all that. You kind of understand what I'm saying, right? Like with the way your direction has been, like you kind of want to tweak and adjust things so then you have good solitude going forward. So, what is it that you want from me? Like, what do you want to know? What do you want to be convinced of? What do you want to ask me that, before we move forward?
Um, yeah, so I don't know. This I guess it was like a consultative call.
Yeah.
I was what I was hoping to get out of this was some sort of direction on the health
Yeah.
side, right? In terms of, okay, the way that your website is written, right? So where are you being blocked, right? Where is my energy
Right.
being? Because I've
Yeah.
been trying to heal myself and move forward, right? And taking all these courses, I found out that
I
it's
can
like,
tell you. I
yeah,
can
okay.
tell you, but do you want someone to just tell you one thing, or do you want to work through it with somebody? Right? Are you looking just for a one answer, or are you looking to work with me?
I don't know what it's like to work with you, also, right? So I don't know what the financial investment is, and I've been working with quite a few
Ask me.
people, right?
Ask.
Right, yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, so I would, yeah, I'm curious
It's
as to.
affordable. It's not like 25 grand or anything like some of these programs and courses are, and you don't get to work one on one with them, and you're just handed videos and programs and stuff. I have uh, I have two curriculums right now. Okay, so I have my 3,000 for 1 month, and I have my 6,000 for 3 months. Right, so you can pick and choose which one you want to start with, but the duration is what really is telling, right? So you can work with me for a longer period of time. You have me on WhatsApp. I'll send you documentation and methods to heal when I do guided meditations with you. So I'll provide some documentation with those as well. But that's basically how it is. And I have a budget for everybody. It's very flexible, right? So yeah, you can decide. Like I do have a larger one that's 9,000, but those I do for people who are married that have a couple. I mean, they're together and then they want to incorporate their wife or their girlfriend or their fiance or their children. So then that's larger, right? So, but for you, I feel the 6,000 or the 3,000, and it's up to you which one you feel that you can handle.
Do you have anything that's like a pay as you go kind of like? Because I
Yeah,
saw
I do. Yes.
some like 1 hour workshops or something like that to start off with.
Yeah. We could do so the thing is when I do a 1 hour workshop, right? I'll do that. I could do that. So I have another option that I do for people. Let me explain to you and then you can like pick my brain and ask me why I do this. But so I charge $250 an hour. So let's just say hypothetically we're doing our first session and I'm diving deep to get to the root cause where things stem from to try to heal you and figure out your blocks, right? And say an hour goes by and then we need another session and then we're like figuring out it's not like I have a wand, a magic wand, and I'm gonna be like, okay, session one, you're healed here. Session two, you're healed there. So we need the duration for the purpose, right? And so I do have another option where it's $900 and I'll give you 7 sessions, right? So I have it's like $1,000, $999. It's $1,000. It's my 7 day boot camp. And that one is more so you can ensure that you're being healed. You know for sure that you've given me enough time to work with you and through every area of your life. But if you say, hey, Malcolm, let's just do one off workshops, absolutely, bro. I can do that. I've done coaching calls for groups of people where it was one off, they all paid, but that adds up, right? So it's your choice, right? You could take 2 sessions that already cost 500, or you can have 7 sessions for that smaller curriculum. And it's a whole curriculum where I go through everything. I will understand your cycles, patterns, everything. I'll teach you so many things to change your health and manifest your health and attract a direction in your life. Also in that. So the packages, you're going to get everything in any pack. I'm going to serve you to the best of my capability, and it doesn't matter of the price. It matters of the duration and the people that I work with and what they can afford or not. I just want to help people,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. I could do that boot camp, and then if I
And
get
you don't
getting
have to pay you just pay the difference. You don't have to pay again. So say you want the
that's
the
fine.
tens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
then you just take out the difference, then you wouldn't pay another 3,000, you'd pay just like 2,000, and then I'd give you 10 sessions extra.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's do that.
Right, so that's the love that I work with. All right, so what's your availability in your schedules, and like what does your timings look like in your work schedule, so then I can kind of work with you and be flexible around you as well.
Um, I'm gonna take a vacation in November, but like during the week, I typically have really busy Monday through Wednesdays. And then Fridays are open in the
Yeah.
late afternoon, always
So let
late
me
after.
let me see here. So first, I'm just gonna do this right now, real quick. 1 second. I'm just opening up my calendar. I'm just looking where I'm all booked up, and I'm moving this
How
list.
often do you want to meet?
So we don't want to waste your sessions back to back to back. So what I would want to do is do the first session, then would skip like 2 to 3 days, and then I'll keep in touch with you through WhatsApp. We'll do some audio calls back and forth. I'll send you some documentation, some hypnosises and meditations and stuff that will heal you while you sleep. And then I'll give you some waking up hypnosises so you could listen to through the day. And then I'll give you the documentation. So what I'm thinking is that we could do like every third to fourth day based on your schedule. So say we do our first session and say today, so it's October, right?
Mhm.
And it's Saturday. So if we
Mhm.
go into Monday, Tuesday, are you free during the week, the weekdays?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say we have
Except
our
for
first,
Monday through Wednesday is like difficult, but like uh
how's a Tuesday?
Tu- Tuesdays in the morning I can do. Let's see here. Tuesdays, as long as it's like before, if it's between 7 and 8 a.m., I could do.
What time is it right now on your end?
It's 8 a.m.
Perfect. I think we'll work well together because I love working with people in the mornings. The energy, the flow state, the spirit is better. So what I think is I'll do that with you. Let's do Tuesday morning. So put it in your calendar. I'm going to do the same thing and I'm just going to find your email and copy and paste that.
Okay, 8 to 9 or 7 to 8 a.m. Or can you do 7:30 is better? 7:30 is the time
Whatever
to work.
your whatever you want, man. I'm here for you. I'm here to take
Okay,
care of you.
so October 10, 7:30 to 8:30.
And that's
Um,
going to be my 8:30, right?
sorry.
That's gonna be my 8:30 because right now it's 9:19 a.m. for me.
Okay,
So
yeah, so we're not.
I'm ahead of you. So that'll be my 8:30. So I'm setting that up right now. And I'm gonna send you a Zoom link and just confirm with me if you've received this. And then I'll send you my PayPal, or you could send me e-transfer or whatever you want. What's better for you, PayPal or
I've
e-transfer?
never used e-transfer, so
Okay, so
PayPal.
then we'll do business, yeah. And I'm just gonna say, please confirm. Please confirm. And let's put in back to editing. Guided intelligence bootcamp. Okay. 30. All right, I'm gonna send it now. And I got your email right there. Okay, perfect. And then I'll write you an invoice. So that way you have an invoice, you have all the specifics there. Tell me when you receive it. I'm just opening it up now. Create invoice. So what do you want to start with? What's the most impactful thing in your life that you really want to heal? Is it your cycles with girlfriend, with family, with pain, with physical pain? Like what do you want to
Physical
work
pain would be the best.
on?
Physical
Okay.
pain.
Okay. All right. I gotcha.
Because like my foot has been off, so my whole gait is messed up, and so
Yeah.
that's like top of my. If I could get out of pain, and I got some like pelvic floor crap going on too.
You got some what?
So, pelvic floor stuff, so it's
Okay.
like pelvic pain.
Okay.
That's from the girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah. Do you got your car? You got everything ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Bootcamp. Some guided intelligence bootcamp. All right. And I got no tax. I won't do no tax. Okay. My little daughter. You don't have any kids, eh?
No, no.
No. I try to. How's your work life balance as well? Like, when you are busy working, and do you deal with stress at all?
I do have some days that are super super super, some weeks are super busy, some weeks are
Yeah.
like more laid back, but it's not too hard.
All right, sent. Tell me when you received it, when you paid it, and then I want to continue this consultation if you have a little bit more time, so then I can
Yeah.
start using some energy to work with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work with energy, and people do get it, but you'll see what I mean when we start working together. Do you listen to hypnosises?
Um, I started to do the Silva method a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. And how's that going? I love, I'm a researcher. Everything you're gonna mention about like Dr. Bruce Lipton, Peter Diamandis, Tony Robbins, biohacking. I'm gonna go into details. So if just letting you know in advance, anything that you want to learn about and know about, ask me, and I'll also dive deeper in the areas that you've also researched or taken up courses on. Okay?
Okay, yeah, I didn't complete the Silva method course like 100%. I was like in session 4 or something like that, which is it's kind of like guided meditations
Yeah,
that kind of manifesting the health
yeah,
through getting your brain into a certain state.
yeah, yeah.
No, sorry, dog.
Yeah. What's that sound?
He rings the doorbell to go poop.
Oh, what?
Yeah, but the door is already open, so he just wants attention.
Oh,
Up, come here. Up.
you have a great setup. Your home?
Oh, thanks, thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
yeah.
where I take my calls for work, and so like I have to set it up with the light and everything like
No,
that.
no, but it looks good though.
Yeah, yeah, everyone it looks a lot nicer than it actually is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, it looks like oh, it's like this fancy place and stuff like that, but it's just
Oh,
yeah.
no, no, I get it, bro. You gotta make the aesthetics look good. All right,
Yeah.
did you receive it?
Yeah, I paid it already too.
Oh, did you? That was fast. Okay, let me check. Where do I check? Yeah, my daughter. I don't like too many distractions, and they know that. Yeah, it's been paid. I see that. Okay, perfect. Let's get started. Okay. All right. So, where do I start? Okay, so now let's get into the nitty gritty, if you don't mind. Now that you've sacrificed, you've invested, now we can tell me more about your life, man. Tell me more about your life story, your journey, like, like how old you were when you moved out and like, your first girlfriend, or not even that, but like your mom and dad and your upbringing. You'd be surprised how much uh, manifestation has to do with where you come from,
Sure, sure.
right?
So my background is I'm Sindhi,
Yeah,
right? Which what that means is like I'm Indian, but I Sindh used to be a part of Pakistan, but it's
yeah,
like this country where my grandparents kind of fled from,
yeah,
right? And so my mom and dad are Sindhi.
yeah,
My dad moved to the United States first.
yeah.
He's got like 13 brothers and sisters. He comes from a big family. He's the youngest one.
Okay.
So he moved to the States himself when he was like 23, 24. He got
Yeah,
into mail order business, which means that he would come to the United States
right.
and he would measure people for suits.
Yeah.
And then uh, he would ship them the suits, right? So this started from like literally like the 1980s or something like that, you know,
Okay.
or 80s, 70s, that him and his brothers did this business.
Okay.
All right. So it's a common thing in the Sindhi community to sell custom tailored suits.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, but the thing is about the Sindhi community that they're very like you can imagine them being like the Jewish of Indians, right? So not only are they stingy with money,
Hmm.
they're generally very wealthy too, in
Okay.
general, right?
Okay.
In general, but my dad wasn't wealthy when he started,
Right.
right? So then he when he reached his 40s, early 40s, then he started making quite a bit of money, right? More than most people. I'd say
Yeah.
upper middle class, higher end of upper middle class, but not super rich, right?
Okay.
But wealthy, right?
Right.
And so that was when I was like in high school or something like that, high school, college years,
Yeah.
right? My dad was making it quite well in his business. I grew up where my dad was traveling 6 months out of the year.
Yeah.
Was brought up by my mom,
Yeah.
right? Mostly, but
Okay.
pretty good childhood. But at the same time, because of that, being brought up by my mom,
Yeah.
the masculine,
Yeah.
not in the household, right?
Right.
Then at the same time, I traditionally, like throughout like early stages of life, not great with women or not, for whatever reason, right? Like I would get, I was good looking in college ish
Mhm.
enough to like girls would follow me home, but then I would get like sick from I don't know what it was, like lovesick, whatever it was. Okay,
Mm.
so I had a couple of um like not simping, but friend zoned tons of times, right?
Yeah.
College years, right?
And when you say you'd get like love sick, like you'd get a flu or a cough, like what would happen?
Yeah, just like at the time in college, like I would smoke a lot of weed, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was I thought it was the weed that was making me like throw up, but
Yeah.
no, it was the friend zoning, right? It
Mm.
was it was like I wasn't working out like crazy. I wasn't taking care. Like I was in sports
Yeah.
before high school. I was in
Yeah.
water polo and
Yeah.
swimming and stuff like that. But then I wasn't like weightlifting. I didn't know anything about diet, so I was eating whatever, sleeping whenever, taking Adderall with my
Yeah.
friends, right,
Yeah.
to succeed, right, really high. I was really smart
Yeah.
in college. Like I breezed through computer science. It was a very difficult like major and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Uh, I was crazy smart, so that I leveraged that to go through life,
Okay.
right? I was good, but I was not great at sports.
Mm.
Okay, but I was probably above average of the majority of other people within my college because of I was driven. I had a lot of ambition. Still do have a lot of ambition, right? Then I got into Cisco for like network engineer,
Okay.
right? And I was making pretty good money. I was making six figures, like at 23. So then I had a lot of leverage with women, but I would always yo-yo them because it wasn't the exact girl that I wanted,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
had a couple of girlfriends. I had one girlfriend that cheated on me, etc. But I still wasn't doing it right. Like I didn't know what it was to be a man. I was just kind of like going on dates, just like you
Mm.
know. But I just knew that these girls weren't like because would compare. I knew one of the girls that I liked, and I was with her, and then she cheated, but she cheated on everybody. So I knew that this was going to happen. It was just a matter of time,
Yeah.
right? But I was always going for attraction, right?
Right.
Attraction was like high for me. Like
Right.
I was a dream of a dream girl,
Yeah.
etc. So I really wanted her to be super hot, super attractive, right? That was
Right.
just like the thing from very,
Yeah.
very young. And then I also grew up with the Sindhi community thing. So that I told you about the Sindhi stuff.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. So my parents, all of my friends from the Sindhi community that I interacted from my parents' side,
Yeah.
right? There's a huge Sindhi community in Hong Kong, a
Yeah.
huge Sindhi community um, in the places that I was staying. So I was in
Yeah.
Oregon, I was in Irvine. And so I
Yeah.
always had Sindhi friends,
Right.
right? And so they were all of the same middle class, right? Sindhi, right? And so at the same time, like my dad married a Sindhi girl,
Yeah.
so there's this underlying subconscious expectation
Yeah.
that I would get a Sindhi girl,
Right.
but I didn't know about that.
They didn't give you that expectation.
No, they didn't give me that expectation, but it was subconscious through the behaviors, actions,
Yeah.
thoughts. Right?
Yeah.
So it was because of that, at their subconscious level, they were drilling it into me, but not like they would take me to all these weddings
Yeah.
of super billionaire. I'm talking about billionaires. Like they
Uh,
would have friends of like because they moved to Hong Kong, which is like one of the wealthy Cindy. So they were super low, right? Then
yeah,
they got rich
yeah,
ish, like not rich, but I would say like wealthy ish,
yeah.
right? And then they moved to Hong Kong,
Okay.
and then all the Hong Kong people are super wealthy,
Wow.
right? So
Okay.
here they are with like upper middle class, but
Mhm.
then they're interacting with these super wealthy people. They got invited to a couple, like they would get invited every year, like since I was 28, starting when I was 28,
Mhm.
26, 27, 28. They started getting invited to all these billionaire weddings.
Mhm.
Then they got it in their head the Bashan's got to get one of these Cindy girls and they got to be super wealthy,
Yeah.
right? This was going on without me being conscious of what the hell was going on.
Okay. Makes
Okay.
sense. Yeah.
But this is going on in their subconscious. So they're taking me to all these weddings, thinking I'm going to get linked up with one of these girls that are there,
Mhm.
right? But it never really happened. I never clicked with the other girl, and the girl clicked with me, and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And also, I was in the age of like I didn't really know what I was doing with my diet, didn't really know what I was doing with my exercise. I was
Right.
just
Right.
eating uh, paleo at the time, which is
Mhm.
just vegetables
Yeah.
and meat, no
Yeah.
carbs, right?
Right.
I had no idea what I was doing. But then, okay, so 20, so then I went to Cisco as a network engineer, making six figures. None of these chicks were doing it for me. And I was knew I got to make it. Like the mentality that came from my parents was you got to be super, super rich. You can get whatever girl you want.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's what they instilled into me.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the programming I had.
Right.
Right. I'm not worthy until I'm making a ton of money.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Okay. So that came from, and then my dad made it, right? So then anything less than what my dad has is going to be less than for me, right?
Right.
And they won't, that's kind of an underlying thing. They won't be proud of me until I make it. So
Right.
until I bring home one of these young Cindy girls, right? Who are like at the age of like 24, 25, 26, right?
Yep.
Cindy, etc. Right?
Right.
Oh, and ending up, I get to Cisco. I decide that's not for me because wanted to make it big, and I was like, all right, I can make it big if I go to my dad's business, and I ramped that up. So I
Yeah.
took a pay cut. I took half the pay. I went to my dad's business, which is in the suits. I built this whole. I went through all kinds of crap to like. I literally would code like up until 5 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
right? Drinking a shitload of coffee, burning, like my eyes started burning. So I had to go to the doctor and figure out why my eyes burning. I don't get it. He's like, you're using the screen too much, you idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're drinking all this coffee, you're dehydrated, right? So, anyways, it was that bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I did end up finishing the project. It was a monumental project. I ended up hiring like 5 engineers from UCI. Like, so I didn't have tons of money to do it. I was getting
Right.
paid like 60 grand a year, which is nothing. It's like peanuts, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I was able to use the extra money to hire other people to do the job for me.
Okay.
All right. So I did all of that. And then, but the business still wasn't taking off. And I was just fighting with my brother and my dad.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
I was getting hit with lawsuit left and right from actions that my dad had done.
Mm.
So the business is about to go under, right? Because of
Wow.
all the fucking lawsuits, right?
Yeah.
Not really under, but they actually had to close down the business because of one of the lawsuits was going to take the business out. So
Yeah.
they closed down the business. I left. I got another job up in San Francisco, really good one.
Yeah.
At the time, I was seeing girl A. Okay, let's call her girl A.
Okay.
And she was young and Cindy and da 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 da. But and I was her first boyfriend. But I was 31 when I met her,
Yeah.
and she was like 24 or something like that. We
Okay.
would fight all the time for like 6 months. So,
Yeah.
anyways, when I moved up to San Francisco, I had a high tech job. So I had this tech job, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna go meet the girl of my dreams. Like this girl's just like being a pain in the butt. And I liked her. She, anyway, so we broke it off, and like after 6 months of dating, and so then I hire a personal trainer. I get in the best shape of my life, and Then I go and I say to myself, I manifest the girl in my dreams. I'm gonna meet the girl in my dreams and meet the girl in my dreams. Every single day I would wake up, I'd hit the gym hard,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And so finally I got into really good shape. I felt good. I felt amazing. Libido was like 20 out of 10,
Yeah.
And so then I go on the dating on like a matrimonial site.
Okay.
And yeah, so on shadi.com. I don't know if you're familiar with that one.
Yeah, yeah, I have actually. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so I meet this amazing girl in Boston,
Yeah.
right? And then she's my type and all of that other good stuff. I'm about to go see her in July,
Yeah.
and then girl A comes back and she calls me and she's like, I don't want to break up. I don't want to da, 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 da.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, come and see me. And because I liked her more than the girl from Boston, honestly.
Yeah.
So I don't know, because she was Cindy and some other reasons. But yeah, I knew I liked her more than the girl from Boston. And I knew it, but at the same time, like we weren't having sex
Mm.
because she was a virgin and she wanted to keep it until marriage and stuff like that. And so I was fine with like waiting until marriage, but at the same time, like we had so many she was so many problems and stuff like that, and she wasn't like, I don't know. So I told her come and see me, and so she wouldn't come and see me, or she it took her like 4 hours on the phone to do anything,
Hmm.
and so it was weird. Anyways,
On the
so
phone to do anything? What do you mean?
I mean, like I was just like, yeah, just come and see me, and then I won't go see the girl from Boston.
Mm.
But then it's like convincing her like she doesn't. So she had. I don't know if you're familiar with attachment styles.
Yeah.
Are you like avoidant, anxious? Have you heard of that
Right.
stuff?
So I understand. Like, see, the thing with me, the things that I do with guided intelligence, people tell me that I'm doing what they have learned and what they do in their psychology or in their therapy or in their healing work. And I'm like, I just do this. It just, and they'll be like, this is like CBT, and that this is wait, like, and I'll be like, okay, I get it, but I don't follow terms. I know through this natural awareness of what I do, right? So I do get what you're saying
Okay, so then this is she's the type of person who needs constant reassurance
though.
all the time
Mm-hmm.
that you're with her.
Yeah.
And the reason of that, I only know this now, is because I've gone through so much fucking therapy. The
Mm-hmm.
girl, her parents never left the same room. They're always in the same room together.
Mm.
I mean,
Okay.
like the only time they would leave the room is like to go to the bathroom or something like that. Other
Yeah.
than that, they're tied at the hip. So that's what she expected from all of her relationships.
Yeah.
And
Makes
if
sense.
she felt, yeah, so if I was going off to go to work, right, I would just get, like, oh, you didn't call me, you didn't do this, and she would just get freaking upset that I didn't call her at the exact time I said I was going to call her at.
Yeah. Yeah.
That kind
I understand.
of, yeah. So she was that type of person. Anyways, I ended up going to see the girl from Boston because she didn't come to see me, and I started a relationship with her. And my mom still wanted me to see, but she didn't like this girl at all.
Mm.
Subconsciously, she didn't like this girl at all.
It wasn't the right fit for her son.
Yeah, yeah. She
Yeah.
wasn't Cindy. She wasn't young. She
Right.
wasn't as pretty as my mom wanted her to be. All that other stuff, right? But her and I had never fought. We didn't have any issues. It was fucking fantastic, right?
Okay.
Yeah. But she made me, like, I told her I don't want to go see any other girls from India. I'm fine. She's like, no, 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 go see. There's one other Cindy girl, 25, 26 at that age. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. Yeah. So she made me go to India. I go to see the girl from India, see her one time. I'm like, no, I like the girl from Boston. I call her I set up a phone call, a video call, my dad, my mom, her. I'm like, let me just have meet her, right? They get off the call and they're like, oh, she's not that great.
Mm.
They deny saying that, right? But they said that.
Mm.
Right. So, anyways, so that theme of that crap goes on. They take me to another wedding while I'm with this girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
They keep the like, what if you meet a girl at this wedding? My dad's saying that, my mom's saying all kinds of shit. Like you're dating her just for like a fuck, you're doing this, and then Eventually she goes, you don't deserve any good girls. You just deserve your girlfriend and blah, 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 blah. And this girl that I was dating, her previous relationship didn't work, 5 years didn't work out because the mom didn't like her.
Mm,
And so I'm like, fuck, dude, there's no way that my mom's gonna like this girl, right?
right. So she attracted the same thing. She manifested the same thing. Okay.
Yes. Anyways, so I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? What do I do? Because it's gonna ruin this girl's life being with my mom,
Yeah.
right? And all my friends are telling me, like, dude, if your mom doesn't like her, it's gonna be a fucking problem,
And meanwhile, while this is all happening, and I want you to continue, you're well aware of the cycles that's going on.
No, I have no fucking idea. I have no idea about any of these cycles. I have no idea about. I
So
didn't know
you're
about.
not picking up on like what you're noticing, like the patterns in
I
life.
had, yeah, I had no idea
Oh,
about any of
now,
this.
now, what about now?
Oh yeah, now cycles. You're telling me about the cycles. I didn't know about cycles until this
So,
call.
like these things that are going on and how you're piecing everything together, are you seeing like how you are and how the relationships are and your mom and where everything stems from?
A little bit.
Okay, okay, don't worry, I got you. That's why I'm here. And then, okay, keep going. I'm gonna start writing some things down. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah. So then I ended up breaking it off with the girl. I was gonna buy her a ticket and have a crazy trip for us, like for
Yeah,
her birthday or whatever. But I ended up breaking up with her like right before her birthday. And I'm like, dude, my mom's like not gonna approve of this. This is like, but I was young at the time. I was like 32, 33, right?
yeah,
And I wasn't mature enough to realize that you should just fucking, who cares about what your mom thinks, right? It doesn't matter. But at the same time, like she was saying so much negative shit about the girl. She tried to introduce me to other girls while I was with her. Anyways, so then I broke up with her. She ended up meeting another guy, and who looked exactly like me, which is weird, and in the same city. And she was from Boston. I don't know how that happened. So I
yeah,
think that was like, she got what she wanted, right? And then that was difficult when she moved on.
yeah,
And then I went back to girl A
yeah,
because she still wanted to like meet me. Like the girl A manifested me back into her life by like praying to God and all this other stuff, right? And so we got back together and then we fell in love and I really liked her. But at the same time, I was thinking like
the one that was ultra needy.
ultra needy, yeah, the
Okay.
ultra needy girl, yeah. But at the same time, like the dude, she was just always causing fights about everything. And we broke up because she got me like the stupid gift, like a box of pistachios for my birthday.
Mhm.
And anyways, it was a stupid fight, and then
So,
it blew
like,
up.
tell me, be specific with why do you feel it was stupid?
Um, because I asked all my friends, like, dude, because I would fly her out to come and see me. I'd spend time talking to her on the phone more than I should have, and I try to set boundaries with her, but she wouldn't respect the boundaries of like, I don't want to, sleep late at night. I don't want to go up, past 10 o'clock. I had to wake up early to hit my gym workouts,
Yeah,
right? So if I would talk to her late, I'd miss a gym workout in the morning.
yeah, yeah,
And that happened the first time I was with her. I always have 6 a.m. training, with my trainer, or 7 a.m. And there were so many times when I had paid for a personal training session
yeah,
and I missed the personal training session because she kept me up until 2 o'clock in the morning, like talking.
yeah,
Anyways, so you just get tired of that.
yeah. And then, how did you guys break up?
She's like, she gave me a box of pistachios for my birthday. I was gonna get her. I made something for her. I was gonna give it to her, and then her birthday is like 3 days away from mine, so uh, I was gonna. it was a really like tumultuous set of like 7 days or 10 days or something like that. Like back and forth, crying, and we're gonna break up, we're not gonna break up. Uh, I was paying for everything and all, so I just felt slighted, because I was paying for everything,
Yeah,
flying her out, spending time with her on the phone, and then I get a freaking box of pistachios for my birthday, and it's not like I'm getting laid or any of that other stuff, right?
yeah.
So it's like she could have made up for it, and a present, or, make me feel good,
Okay.
respected, right?
And how
Um,
long were you guys dating when this all happened?
I don't know, probably another 5 6 months again.
Okay, so you guys are 5, 6 months in, and this is the first birthday coming up,
Yeah.
and she gets you pistachios, and you guys get in a heated argument. But the 10 days prior, she's being needy. You guys are fighting and arguing, and there's a lot of stuff going on.
Uh, Yeah, she's being not really fighting, needy. Like we went to Vegas because I was
Yeah,
in Vegas for a work trip. So I
yeah,
invited her to come with me,
yeah.
And so I did all these like nice, got us a nice hotel, all the other good stuff,
Right.
and, and cool shows and whatnot. And here she's like, oh, she blows up on me. Oh, my needs are not being met. I'm not having deep conversations with you. I was
Her
like,
needs aren't being met.
yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't even know what deep conversations were at the time.
Right. Okay. And then you're thinking, I'm doing all this. I'm meeting your needs.
Yeah, and she's talking to me for like 3 hours a day. I'm like, what is a deep? And at
Yeah.
that point, I was like throwing up my arms. I'm like, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna, who's, I'm not, how am I gonna make you happy? Like,
Right.
right? And you're giving you all of this, like, here she is, like telling me she loves me, all this other stuff, right? And then one thing, one need, I can't meet that. Well, whatever that was. So that's why I was like,
I get
and
it. I can
and so
see in and when someone else is listening and they're observing and noticing, it's easier for them to kind of create a conclusion or understand. And you being like a third person, like seeing into your life is kind of what we're gonna start doing here together shortly. But um, yeah, so what else? So Vegas, this thing happens, this blow up, and then you guys break up shortly after, or what happens?
yeah, so like we, you know, I call her. I ask my friends first of all.
Yeah,
What should I do? I do all this stuff for her. She gives me freaking box of pistachios, and everybody's like, break up with her, right?
yeah,
But my mom and my dad met her, and they really like her. My mom met her the first time we dated,
yeah,
right? And my dad met her the second time we dated, and now they like her also, right?
yeah,
Because she fits all the profiles. She's Cindy. She's young. She's cute. She got all these other qualities and whatnot.
yeah.
Um, we were like pretty attracted to one another. Actually super attracted. Like high, probably. But that's probably the most attracted person. Even though like she's not your typical like Instagram model, right?
Right?
But I was like super attracted to her. Like level of attraction, I would say is the highest I've been.
Absolutely. Do
Right.
you regret not being with her even now?
Not. I mean, yeah. Like I regret the way we broke up because I felt petty, right? Like
Now you realize that you were petty?
I felt petty that it's not because I asked all my friends. It's not the gift that counts; it's the thought, right? So
Yeah.
she got me a photo, a card, chocolate, and pistachios.
Okay. Yeah.
But they're all like the cheapest because she's a super cheap. She's Cindy, and she
Right.
comes from a really low income background, and she's a PhD student, right?
And you know this, you understood this, you kind of have that much common sense. So what was the
I
issue?
didn't. I didn't. I mean, I knew she didn't make that much money, right? And I knew that she has. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, it's like 20, whatever. She's probably spent like the freaking card was
You're
free.
acting young, you're acting at that level. I kind of see. So why don't we skip over that and like
But wait, wait,
where else? Yeah. Tell
The
me.
stuff like the card was a free card from the American Heart Association. The bag was free. The chocolates were like $1. The pistachios were like 5. So at this time I was making like I just got the craziest job, right?
Yeah.
So I was making a shit. I was making a lot of money, a
Yeah.
lot, like the
Yeah.
most I'd ever made in my entire life. And my
Yeah.
mom is telling me, you don't make a shitload of money, right? So I agree that, yeah, but she didn't put in even a dime into the relationship. And
I get it. I understand completely,
yeah,
right? I'm not giving my opinion yet.
yeah,
You're not asking me for it. You're not
right.
telling me my thoughts. You're not asking my thoughts. So I'm just hearing you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, but in hindsight, I was like, dude, it doesn't really matter about the
Right.
gift. She tried to do something, and then I tried to understand her, and she's like defending herself with, my sister and my friends told me to get this, and blah 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 blah. So I was like, all right, I don't know. I think that, honestly, that was the best that she could have done, but it just wasn't good enough for me.
Okay. And then what happens?
Then she goes home to her parents in Arizona for her birthday, right? Because I was supposed to drop her to the airport, but we were fighting. We fought on the phone for like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
I was supposed to drive. She lived an hour away at the time.
Yeah.
I was supposed to drive to pick her up, take her to the airport. But
Mm.
because she's like fighting with me on the phone, I had no more time to drive to there, drive to get her because
Okay.
that's the way she is.
And so she was stranded at the airport, or what happened?
No, I think we got her an Uber or something like
Okay.
that. She got to the airport, but then
And then
she's crying her eyes out at home. I didn't know, because we're fighting and this and that. And her parents are
yeah,
seeing that. And
yeah,
then she's like, oh, this is emotional abuse, right? That because I told her she could have got paid more for the gift.
yeah. So do you want to know my thoughts?
Sure. Tell me.
Yeah. All right. So do you know much about like love languages?
Yeah, yeah. Her
Yeah.
love language is quality time. I found that out after when we
Yeah,
broke
like
up.
you know all this. Like these things that you're talking about are easy for me to kind of suggest and explain for you to comprehend, right? Like looking back at that, like now my basic question to you is who are you? What do you want to become? Are you aware? Like, I want to know what are you aware of about your admittance, your fraudulence, like your flaws? Like, what can you say? Like you are saying so far, like I see that. Like I did try. I told my friends it's not about the money, it's about the thought, and like it was a little petty. Like that's good, but like, what else are some of the things that you know that you want to change? Do you have any of that? Do you have a list of things that you know about yourself and you notice and recognize that these are characteristics, these are traits, these are things that are continuously going on in my life that maybe if I work on for myself and I understand why I'm this way because of my upbringing, my family, the dynamic, the paradigms that they've implanted in my head, what I'm carrying on into these relationships, it's seriously hindering me and my direction and so many things like you see that, right?
Yeah, I have a list.
Yeah,
And the list starts with, not being worthy unless I'm in such a good shape, plus money,
yeah.
um, and business, right? So like, I don't feel worthy of like getting the girl of my dreams unless I have all of that stuff,
Hmm.
right? That's like a big one. Um, then the next thing is anger, right? Because that whole thing caused anger, but I made a lot of assumptions that she didn't put enough effort into the gift or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But then I didn't take the time to understand where her perspective was. I
Hmm.
didn't understand,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So that was a big missing component there.
Yeah.
And then I also have this thing of um, now because of all these failed relationships, I have a thing where I want to make myself so strong that I could have any relationship go away and I'm standing
Yeah.
still, right?
Are you comfortable being Like, and you know how your parents are? Do you not like that, or do you appreciate it? Like if I were to give you guidance and structure and discipline, are you going to be comfortable taking that to become a better version of yourself, or are you going to take it as I'm good, I know what I want, just try to heal me, teach me this healing thing, just tell me what I want? Are you that kind of person now, or are you willing, is it why you came to me is for me to kind of guide you and discipline you and help you?
Um, I know I need to have discipline and etc. I think I thought I had a good idea about where I'm going.
Huh?
Honestly, like the health thing is holding me back super hard.
It's not about the health, it's not about the business, it's not about the money, it's not about being in shape, it's not about being shallow super, it's nothing about all of this. It's internal growth and development and structures and disciplines. And once you build up these sacrifices in yourself, step by step now, it's all going to add up and accumulate. Just like how you've been kind of lacking in all these areas throughout the years, and it's all accumulated to a dysfunction, and now you think it's, maybe I need more money because that's stuck in my head now. Maybe I need to be in better shape. Maybe, it's true, like these things that you feel. Okay, one thing I'll agree with is you get what you deserve. You don't get what you want. You get who you are, right? And who you're becoming. If you're becoming a better person, the world and the universe will see that. You're going to attract and manifest that type of growth. You've been attracting exactly what you need. And these whispers you're dismissing, like these wake up calls, you don't have to die to realize it like I did. You got to just sit into the whispers of your internal self, your higher self, and build some rituals to gain some insights into your higher awareness to guide you and discipline you. And that's what we're going to do. So, today, what we're basically doing in this first session is I can see, I see you, right? I'm not judging you in a condemning way, but we all need to be some sort of a judge to serve and help and lead and take care and love and nurture people, right? So I'm not judging in a condemning way, but I am kind of seeing, how I can serve you and how I can help you so you can attract what you deserve and have that self-love, that self-esteem from inside because you are worthy. This relationship was so simplistic, so beautiful that you got in the way of it. This relationship could have been the best, and this woman was like one of those women that came in your life that basically it's a lesson. It's a huge lesson, and it's a pill to swallow that wow, you had a woman that would have been by your side, and all she needed was a phone call. All she needed was someone to listen to her and love her and show her she cared. She didn't even value money the way my family and I do. Wow, she would have been happy. She didn't have to put those standards on me like my family does. Wow, this like you know what I mean? Like you would have been comfortable in your own skin being with this woman. You don't need to accumulate and be more of anything. You could have been comfortable, but not let yourself go. You could have been comfortable getting in shape. No stress, no worries. But you used your past paradigms, the limiting beliefs of your family's upbringing to hinder the ego. The ego kind of got in the way and kind of, you know, ruined such a good person that you are. You're a good person, but you have things coming in your way a lot. And we need to like kind of quiet down, calm down, and go through a process, bro, of like inner self awareness, self love, guidance and discipline and structures and self realization. And I think as we do this, you're going to gain so much more insight about yourself, and you're just going to become a better version of yourself. Because I see nothing wrong with you. You're a great guy. You just have paradigms. Paradigms are things that have been instilled in our programming, in our wiring and firing in our subconscious mind that can either fuck us over. They're like synapses coming to us, and it's coming into our consciousness and downloading into our subconscious mind. And then our subconscious is uploading these feelings and these emotions and these thoughts that affect our life. So you're having so many things going on just in this little story that I heard, that I kind of know what to where to lead you and how to help you, man. So don't worry, I got you. Um, how much spiritual work do you do? Like, what do your routines and your rituals like? Do you do a lot of dedicated spiritual journey type of work right now?
I'm confused on like what exactly. So I meditate. Sometimes I do some journaling.
Okay. So are
Um,
you just telling me your story and you're really aware of it all, and you're getting to like different points where you are going to tell me like, I'm aware of what's going on and this is what I want to work on?
am I getting to that part of
Are
the?
you, yeah, are you getting to that part?
Well, those are the five things that I started to get through it, right? The limiting beliefs, or remember I was
Yeah.
talking about the money. Is
Yeah.
that what you're talking about,
Yes.
or?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm following you. So is that what you're walking me through? And then we're going to uh, higher areas of awareness?
um right, so those were the limiting parts that I had.
Yeah.
Can you define higher areas of awareness also first, like
Okay.
just the stuff that you're talking about?
Just some of the things that you're saying about money, about looks, about business, about like the characteristics that you had with your friends and your buddies about money, and how you talked about your girlfriend at that time, that she could have done this and it was like petty arguments. Now you see that differently, or do you still feel that that's a non-issue, like that's what your expectations are because my family expects this? Like, where are you at with all that?
Oh, I've removed all of those expectations
Okay.
about the type of girl, what, et cetera, et cetera. I
Yeah.
kind of have gone inward to where just be the best version of myself first,
Yes.
and I'll get but I need to be me,
Yeah.
right? Because right now I'm a fraction of what I was before. So even though I knew at the time it's a thought that counts, right?
Yeah.
I actually knew it. I knew it so well that I consulted with my religious friends
Yeah.
and good friends who were in good relationships at the time. Like they're both still married, right?
Yeah.
And I leveraged them for advice, and uh, I don't know how they swayed me into it's not, like that's just like not acceptable kind of thing, right? But at the
Yeah.
same time, I I didn't listen to my inner voice there, like
Yeah. Okay. No,
So
you're walking me.
I felt like I knew the right thing to do, but I didn't follow my own guidance at the time.
There you go. So that's the higher awareness, the consciousness that you need to tap into. And that's what I do. I help you do that more, so that that intuition, you can listen to it and you can start being it more and just living from that space. Um, yeah. So that's what I meant when I asked you, is that something you're working on actively right now?
Through meditation, it's probably the only way right now that I'm doing that, is quieting the mind so that I can listen to my higher self. Right,
Okay.
that's probably the biggest way.
Okay. And do you have other rituals, habits, and structures first thing in the morning or a nightly routine? Do you have like habitual rituals throughout your day that are consistent besides the meditation? So if we remove the meditation, what else do you have in your life?
I'm trying to do qigong. Oh, so because of this foot injury thing, like all my whole normal routine of gym, working out, all that stuff is kind of ruined, right? I
Yeah.
will wake up. I used to do some sort of stretching and whatnot. Like, so right now I kind of cobble through the day, to be honest with you. I try to get my sleep. I try to do grounding. I try to do like a lot of things from the physical side.
Yeah.
Spiritually, right? In terms of like visualization, manifestation, I don't do that today.
I'll do those with you. But so when you say um, I try to do qigong and I try to meditate and I try to do all these things, what does that look like? Do you find you want to find out how to tap in deeper? Like when you say try to meditate, what does that look like? Or try qigong, what does that look like?
Okay, so I do meditate.
Yeah.
I do meditate sometimes like an hour, depending on the sometimes 10, 15, at least 10 to 15 minutes twice
Yeah.
a day.
Yeah.
I try to do the qigong, meaning I have a qigong teacher. They've given me a practice of like 5 elements. I have some online courses as well, but with the tightness of the muscles, etc., from the foot injury, what and all that stuff, it's just I procrastinate to do it because it's
Yeah.
difficult. Because it's yeah, and I haven't seen as much results as I want to, but at the same time it's so difficult that like if I get to like 5-10 days of it, it's like painting so much I take a day off. But that's the thing, is you got to keep going through it
Yeah.
to get the results.
Yes.
You have to do 100 days of it consistently to like really feel a difference.
I got you. Okay. I understand. So now, um, some of these things that I'm going to talk about because you're very smart. You've taken a lot of programs and courses and you're doing actively a lot of things. So some of the differences and the place that I come from and how I speak and how I uh you know will try to get you to internalize where I'm coming from is different. It's going to be different for you, but we're going to try, okay? So give me 1 second, okay? I just have my kid here.
Okay.
Okay. So there's a way for you to get in into your body, into your cells, and communicate with the pain that's going on in your body. And there is a way that you can do these techniques by understanding. And I want to know because you have taken so much. A lot of people just say, "Yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Can you help me? I've heard of these things, but that's what I want to know." But with you, you know a lot of stuff, right? You do follow a lot of things, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've taken the Joe Dispenza course, etc., but I didn't know about. I kind of know about this a little bit, but I don't know how to do it. I've not been successful,
Okay,
obviously, but
thank you.
I
I just
would do
want you
that.
to be able to be vulnerable with me and like ask me for help because I work best when people are almost kind of surrendering and relaxed and they let go of their ego and pride and all their awareness and knowing and education and knowledge because I deal with psychologists and therapists and hypnosis and they're my clients. So and they have to really do the same thing, like really just let go of everything that they thought they knew to allow me to break through them. And they will be like, wow, this is like it. This is what's been missing. So that's what I'm feeling with you is just a tiny bit of blocks. I can feel the blocks. Uh, so, and it's not your fault. It's not a bad thing. It's just like, okay, so let me do this. Your what's the difference between your subconscious mind, tell me, and your conscious awareness?
Your subconscious, you have no idea what's going on. Like, I don't even know that I'm breathing right now, but it's happening, right? I don't know that I'm listening to your voice, but that's kind of happening. Like, there's things going on that I'm not aware of at all. that
Now,
are occurring in the background.
now the language that you're using, now what if I turn around and tell you, because I do teach this stuff, that you're absolutely incorrect. And whoever you learned that from and the courses that you've learned that from have programmed you incorrectly. Okay? Now, with no ego, no judgment, no condemning, and not going against what you've invested in and paid for. But I say this to all my clients, and all the people know this about me. And what if I tell you, okay, now we'll pause and then you can question me and dive deeper. What is your conscious awareness?
Everything that I'm aware of,
Okay.
talking to you, speaking to
Okay.
you,
Okay.
seeing your eyes.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm not going to talk to you like you're dumb. You're a very smart guy. So your subconscious mind is aware. You need to say and speak into the universe that I am aware. I just don't know it yet, but I am aware. So your subconscious mind is actually super conscious. And your awareness, your conscious awareness is the one that is tainted, that is limiting your higher awareness to be aware of your subconscious. So you can give your subconscious so much power to serve your higher conscious awareness. Does it make sense so far what I just said?
Yeah.
Okay. So when people say my subconscious, I'm not aware of breathing, that's not true. That's a lie, 1,000,000%. You are aware and you do know that you're breathing. You're just not doing it. You're not paying attention to it. You're not acknowledging it. You're not in tune to it. You're not living a mindfulness life. You're not being present. Uh, our subconscious is communicating to us. It's whispering to us, it's talking to us, it's moving through us, to and through us. And we need to learn how to tap into it so it could become our best friend. It's called our ego mind and our ego spirit. And our ego mind and our ego spirit is now we're getting in the way. We got to get our spirit out of our head, learn how to separate our spirit from everything else that is going on mechanically. And we are putting the two and two together. So what happens is the mechanics and the spirit is all one, and we're like, well, no. So it gets confusing. So first step that we're going to do together is we're going to separate your soul from everything else. And you're going to realize that your awareness, your consciousness can be separated. So it's in you, it's out of you, and it's around you all at the same time. And you need to be able to have this out of body experience in real life. And it's just a third person perspective. When you start practicing this, it happens first thing in the morning and before bed. So when our spirit either enters our body or is in our body, we have to pull in that awareness, that conscious awareness immediately. And it's a practice, and I'll teach you. This is what I'm going to teach you. This is what you've paid for. I'm going to teach you the process of this step by step by step. Okay, and we're going to go fast. It's not going to be slow, or we're not going to waste sessions, but you're going to understand this within 2 sessions. Once you understand this within 2 sessions, you're going to tap in and you're going to start attracting right away. Things are going to start manifesting. You're going to start, something's going to switch in your brain, and and then we're going to start to dive deeper into healing. And then you'll be able to learn how to heal. So I want you to reiterate for me what I explained about your subconscious, because I need you to program yourself, relearn and rewire your subconscious mind from everything that you have learned. And trust me, I've taken all the discourses: Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, Louise Hayes. I've taken it all. Even this Jose Silva, I've done it all. I've done it all. For the past 15 years, all I do is study and research. This is my life. I walk the walk and I talk the talk. So I do value where you're coming from. But we need to just understand. So guys, Remember when I said it's a session, it's not a consultation anymore? Go in the room. Just go in the room. That's it. Period. Arnav, you're doing great. Sorry, I have little ones. Like, you know how you have dogs pressing the
Yeah,
button all the time. I hope you don't mind.
no
Uh,
problem.
I know it's not a distraction for you, like the fork and the spoons and stuff. Even the sound, like you do really good. With me, I tune into whispers. So these whispers that I'm telling you that come from the subconscious and conscious and the downloads and uploads, I'm so in tune with it that any interference hinders it because I'm so in tune. I can hear feelings and thoughts. So when thoughts and feelings I can pick up on through the universe, when my daughter's or a dog is doing something, it kind of just blocks my attraction.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So my son knows that. He's really good at knowing that. He's also pretty aware. But okay. So what I'm trying to say here, and I know it goes against everything we've been learned and taught, right? But if you can flip the concept in your mind, you're going to change your life and you're going to make all these courses and programs you've invested in so fucking powerful. So I'm so glad we met because now when I start working with you, everything that you've been doing is now going to be like a better version of itself for you. The thing is they're not giving us one thing I found in all of what I've been researching is the missing link. And they're not shedding the light on that part. They're just giving you what they're teaching. They're just saying, "Okay, do this practice," but they're not saying these things. Okay, so I don't want to compare or nothing, but anyways, and so how are you following me so far? I just want to read you. I just want to read into you because I don't.
Yeah.
I'm
So to
kind of
summarize, we
yeah.
got the subconscious, which I thought was things that I'm not aware of, but actually, your superconscious is in complete control of the subconscious, and you can use it to serve your higher self by bringing it to light, to
Yes.
integrating it with your consciousness, right? In some way.
Beautiful. Fuck yeah. Okay. Good. So you're following me. Do you
Yeah,
see my content? Okay, you get me. You get my weirdness,
yeah,
right?
it's super easy. Yeah, and then
Okay.
you help me separate my soul, so I can
Yes.
distinguish between my soul and my body's ego, right? Because my body has an ego that's associated with it that has all these wants and needs and desires in the
Right.
physical realm, right, or whatever
Yes.
we're in the earth realm. And then I have a soul, which is separate,
Yes.
but it came here to learn all kinds of stuff about
Yes.
itself.
So our
And
soul is tainted. So our spirits are the ones that, so we have an ego spirit and an ego mind. So our ego spirit, I say that it's that because we're the students and the noticers and observers of life. So our soul, our essence is here to learn through the fraudulence. So you need to harness this power of being super aware that, hey, I need to become one with my soul through everything that's going on. Like, so, okay, good. You're following everything. Good job, man. Fuck. Okay. Sorry. Excuse my language. Um,
I've been in this. I just watch a lot of NDE stuff.
yeah. Okay. I have another client coming up here real soon. So I'm going to finish this up and then we'll do our next session. I'm seeing you anyways. We're booked in. Um, okay. So what I want you to do as a practice and as an exercise is
I do have one question though.
yeah,
I think now I remember why I booked you is because you told me you leave your body. You like during your issue with your bones in the hospital, you
yeah,
you just chose to leave your body whenever you wanted to.
yeah,
Can you do that today?
yeah. That's what you have to do to separate the awareness to go into the healing mechanism, to go into your nerves. So you're able to take your soul and travel through your blood, your veins, and you can find blocks and you can heal yourself. Like it's
That's what you're gonna teach me.
so what I'm gonna teach is like, imagine this, okay? So imagine like what I've experienced out of body, and now
Right.
I'm here. Now I'm in my body. Now I'm here, and I have to teach it. So the way it's coming out, it's different. You know how source and aliens and telepathy is all, it's supernatural, and it's like frequencies, and I'm putting it into words. So it's hard, but I'm doing it, and that's what I do. So it's like it
Okay.
doesn't make sense. Hey?
I've been trying to go out of body for a while, like in my sleep and stuff with some other methods,
Yeah.
like a Monroe Institute and blah 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 blah. I haven't been able to get there, but this seems like you're telling me you could do it through consciousness, just like by this, and then and you can heal your body. I knew you could do it, but I just didn't know how. So,
Yeah.
but you know how to do it.
Of course. I've healed my bones. I've healed my collarbone that broke. I healed that in like a few days. And I went to the doctor just to get an x-ray, and they're like, it's broken. You won't ever be able to play soccer, football. Don't play with your kids. You can't do push-ups for a while. Sorry, buddy. It's going to take 8 weeks. In my mind, my spirit's like, shut the fuck up. And I went home and I started healing. I said, I don't want your anything. I don't want your surgery. I don't want your nothing. And in my body, my spirit, I healed it. I said, no, you said it's gonna shrink, and I said it's gonna expand. They said it's gonna take this long. I said, no, it's done. It's healed now. And then I just went home, and the same day and the next day, I had to move into a new home, and I'm lifting boxes, and I'm already moving my house from a broken collarbone.
I knew it's possible. You know why? Because this whole realm is just like information, right? All this stuff is like whatever you eat is information. The sunlight is information. All this, everything's energy, right? But at the same time, it's like a lot of it's information. So you're just going in and you're editing the information within your own body, which seems like the easiest part.
Yeah.
But
So, but the reason why I need to work in detail is because I want to serve you to your highest potential and to the best of my capability. I don't want to just skip stuff and start telling you about other areas and healing
okay,
and all that because we need to we need you to I'm as we've been talking, we're
yeah,
also yeah,
you
like
can heal me, you can physically heal me, and then I'll go out and repeat the same karmic cycle all over again. And I'm in the same bad position, and I'm
yes.
like, oh, what the heck happened here?
Yeah, exactly. And I don't like to do that in my practice. In my practice, I don't just talk the talk, but I walk the walk. Like I want to make sure that you're taken care of, you're catered to, and I make sure that you know what you're doing, and you make sure you reiterate it for me, and you explain and express to me. Like
Perfect.
you know what I mean? I'm like
I got you.
trying to be a good teacher, you know?
Absolutely. No, this is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. So we got to take it slow. I do have another client here. We did our hour or more than an hour or whatever. Um, but yeah, I'm excited. So next session, we're going to start from where we left off. But what I want you to do is just take this awareness now. And when you go to sleep tonight and when you wake up tomorrow, I'm going to teach you command and demand, compel and dwell. I'm going to teach you how to do what I just said and what we're finishing on. So don't worry, it's not going away. We're gonna take off from where
I'll
we
be able
left off.
to I'll be able to go out of body in consciousness with what you're telling me.
You're gonna start learning. You're gonna start grasping the idea and the concept. And then when you want to really, really work on it, then yes, you can. There's other people that I teach the same thing, but they're not practicing it. That's not what they're looking for. But they want to manifest and attract only, and those things happen. So it depends on what you want. I had a girl that just wanted her relationship with her mom to be better, and we worked on different areas in her life, and her relationship with her mom just naturally manifested and it got better within days. I've had other people that came to me for money, and I worked on completely different things about anger and ego and judgments and control, and the relationship with money just naturally got better. So it's counterintuitive. So but if you are actively working on spirituality, then that's what's going to naturally innately happen for you, right? So let's just not put any expectations
Okay.
and control in the way. Let go of your control and your expectations and just be free flowing and just go with the flow.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
And what are we booked for? We're booked for
Uh,
uh,
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Can
Okay.
you send me
Text me.
this recording then?
Yes. Text
Okay.
me. And I do.
I have your information.
Yeah. Hey, I'll be. I just want to do this for you. Sorry. I'll be I have a client, 5 more minutes because I do want to leave you off with something tangible to do. Hey, Kyle, I'll be right with you. I'm going to send you a link shortly, just finishing off with a client. Okay. Um, this is what I want you to do. Uh, I want you to realize, because earlier you said that I don't know, it's my subconscious. I want you to practice right now, starting now, just eliminate that paradigm and know, and just say, I am. I know I am. And just live your life like that. When you go to bed tonight, I want you to direct your awareness, your consciousness with this concept that we finished off with today, and just send that signal, send the signal to God, to source, to universe, to energy, and just send it. And when it's been received, I want you to feel a receiving connection, like you are in receptor mode, and that source got your reciprocation, like it happened. There's a signal, and that's the first step into what I'm going to start teaching you. And then go to sleep with that notion. And then when you wake up in the morning, I want you to keep your eyes closed. I don't want you to I don't want you to just wake up and open your eyes and be like, "Oh, good," and then make coffee and whatever. No, I want you to keep your eyes closed. When that awareness hits you, I want you to stay with that awareness and be like, "I'm aware. That's my awareness." And say thank you. Thank you for what? Right? People ask, thank you for what? Thank you for everything that I did the night before and what I'm doing now in the morning. That's called being mindful, mindful thinking, being mindful consciously, and that's being intuitive and aware from the moment you went to sleep to the moment you are awaking. And we're going to start tapping in, and you're going to get closer and closer and closer to your spirit. And when that starts to happen, it's going to happen, but don't expect it overnight. It's going to be a working progress. And I have tools and exercise and resources to get you closer. So don't worry, okay? But first, this is what I want you to do. I'm not giving you the exact details of what I give to other people yet, but I'll give it to you on Monday or Tuesday.
And spirit is the same thing as soul, right? Or no?
Yes, it's don't get confused. Spirit, soul, essence, energy, it's around us, it's to and through us, it's in us, it's outside too, it's universe, it's frequencies, energies, it's everything.
Okay. And then the other thing I'll leave you with is the reason I do want to do the out of body is so that because I mean I've read a lot about it,
Yeah.
but I haven't like tangibly, I want that. I'm an engineer.
Yeah, I know.
That tangible
That's what I was
like
feeling. I was feeling your engineer, analytical, logical mind, and I'm like, I gotta pause and I gotta ask him, where's he at?
right. Yeah. So,
Right.
so like, I've read a lot about this stuff.
Yeah.
I believe it, but I haven't felt it. And you kind of need the proof.
You'll
So that's
feel
what,
it. You'll
yeah.
feel it. You'll feel it. Just now, do you understand and respect and value why I needed more time with you?
Yes. Yeah. Because it's not just about this physical healing. It's a component, but
Yeah.
of the root cause that I have to address. Right. There's
Yeah.
like you said. That's why you want to go deeper with me. That's how I get it. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I don't want to just get up and now I'm healed and go and fall flat on my face again in the same
Exactly.
situation.
Exactly. That's why we need to be precise about this. We got to be engineers about this.
Yep.
All right,
Sounds good.
man. Have a
Thank you.
blessed day, and please just keep this awareness and just know it and trust it until I see you on Tuesday. And then, do you have my phone number? You want to add me on WhatsApp?
Sure. Just give it to me.
Yeah, 403
One second.
Yep. Don't
Uh-huh.
use those. Those are brand new. 651
Mm-hmm.
1284.
Okay.
All right, perfect.
Awesome.
Shoot me a text, and then I'm looking forward to seeing you. And I'll text you. I'll text you. We'll talk some more. Have a good one.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're
So,
welcome. Ciao.